Now normally, let's see if the gimbal's being fun with me. I'd spread it out and go one from there, one from there, one from up there, but when that fence jumping cow got out, she ate a hole in this one, so I need to unroll it before it gets rained on or snowed on and gets rotten inside. So we're gonna have fun unrolling a bale with a hole in it. A little bit of hard work never hurt anybody. I actually don't mind the early morning workout pushing a bale around. Of course, I might not feel the same way when I'm 60, but for now, I like it. We're gonna go take some hay up to that fence jumping girl and then feed the bull. Kind of a nice sight from up top. Yeah, I like it. And for my next trick, I will now do all of my chores for 2 days. Well, that didn't work at all. Damn. I think we packed that alfalfa bale too tight. Shoot, now I gotta go unroll it. Holy moly. You gotta tell Doug he really did a good job on these alfalfa bales. It is rolled tight. I'm having to peel each layer back. But it's good feed. I'm gonna feed a alfalfa bale maybe once every 5 bales or so, just to give them a protein kick. Whew. What a beautiful day though, huh? Everyone's looking really good, and Bob's in a mood today, aren't you? Hey, you want to jump up here? Oh yeah. Are you king of the bale? Nice. Get off my boot. Well, these guys are about to see their day. They've been the most troublesome pigs I've ever owned, but man, they are finishing really nice. Yeah, we're going to have some decent ham this year. Well, they need to eat, so I better feed them. See, they're kind of eating through the oat hay, which is really interesting. Really nice. I mean, they're going to turn into some nice meat, but some of the wildest pigs I've ever raised. Just really tough. First ones I couldn't get them to stay in on electric fence, and then I couldn't even get them to stay in hog panels. So I got sick of chasing them through my farm, and they were tearing everything up. And this is what happens when you buy pigs from an industrial farm instead of finding something more suited for the way I wanted to raise them. It's nice to see the sheep all bedded down as the sun's rising. everything's still relatively peaceful before we get up and get eating. It's gonna be good. This might be my least favorite kind of weather that we experience here in late fall, which is it's like 35 degrees, maybe 40 as a high, and wet. It rained all day yesterday and all night. So here we are, and we're just kind of trying to get through into the cold stuff where the ground can freeze and we can settle into the winter. Just cold and soggy is not for me, but we only have to deal with it on the tail end of fall and then the beginning of spring. But the animals are all looking really good. I've kind of walked through and checked their conditions. The sheep in particular, I'm very happy with the way my market lambs, that I sell for meat are looking. We're going to be in the 80 to 90 pound range for the majority of them. Some have got to be close to 100, and others are shrimpy and are going to need some more time, like that guy right there. And I've been taking careful note of the ewes that have been giving me shrimpy lambs. So as like a further layer of culling criteria, I will be noting a ewe if she gives me shrimpy lambs, a couple times, and then we'll get rid of her too, as we continue to refine our flock genetics. But you can see that weather just jumped that ewe. The ewes are starting to go into heat seasonally, and I'm definitely looking forward to bringing the rams in. We're going to bring the rams in a little early this year for a couple reasons. Just two, really. One is I want to continue to give weigh the benefits of good weather against the payoff of heavier lambs. I like a good heavy lamb to give to my customers, and so if I can give them an extra couple of weeks, well, you can see he thinks he's doing something. Yeah, that ewe's in standing heat, but he doesn't have any balls, so sorry, bud. Anyway, I would just like to be able to give those wethers like that guy right there a chance, to grow a little more, so that we can get heavier lambs for our meat customers. And then the other part too is this year this spring I wanted to go to Greg Judy's grazing school, particularly the one with Abram Bowerman. I am first and foremost a sheep guy, so even though that was like the beginner course, I really wanted to spend the time with a sheep guy, because I know I'm starting to grow this cattle herd, but this is my main enterprise, and I want it to be just as good as you could expect it to be. So this year, if we get lambing out of the way a little earlier, then I can go to grazing school and not leave my wife to. Boy, he thinks he's king of the world, doesn't he? He's just jumping everybody. So anyway, after Thanksgiving, we're going to put the rams in, and that'll be the next video. And we'll put them in maybe 2 weeks earlier than I typically do. And so we'll have late April lambs, which is pushing it a little bit for Minnesota. But, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So we'll see how that goes. Right, Bob? And then Bob's out here by himself because Shep, the white dog, is having puppies again, because you can't leave her alone, can you? So I pulled her into the house to to just have an easier time, so hopefully we don't have the terrible loss that we did before. And if you're wondering why that little guy has a halter on, it's very simple. I steered him. I steered him yesterday by tying him to a tree, and he's not very happy. So I gotta let him calm down a little bit so I can get that halter off of him. So everything's well. Have a good one.